I'm good. I just left a city full of people dressed like that.
Yeah, everybody in Washington's very happy. It's been, what was the last time a Washington sports team won a title? Was it like early 90s or something?
I can't even remember.
It's been a long time. So that's, I'm glad people.
I don't root for any of them. So I don't.
You don't watch, you know, you're
I'm a Philadelphia fan.
So you probably, more often than not, actively work against them, right?
I do everything I can to sabotage them.
So I want to talk about the book, but first, obviously, you managed to do this while you still have your day job.
Yes.
And yesterday, often on Sunday, you are the first to catch what would be called, I guess politely be called spin.
Spin.
Larry Kudlow, the chief economic advisor, he came on your show, and he basically said Justin Trudeau stabbed Donald Trump in the back. And the worst part about it was he weakened Donald Trump before his summit with Kim Jong-un. What is it like to watch that take form in real time on your show?
Well, it's just fascinating because obviously we all saw the G7 blow up the way it did, and President Trump on Air Force One firing off his tweets, removing the United States from a communique, as one does.
Yeah.
And there really hadn't been any explanation about why it was, and so Larry Kudlow came on the show. And I didn't know what they were going to say. I legitimately, usually you have an idea of what they're going to say, but this was the birth of the spin. And obviously it was coordinated because they were saying it at the same time on other channels with different guests. But the birth of the spin that this was Justin Trudeau's fault.
Yeah.
And it so offended Donald Trump.
And then do you, in those times, because you're processing in real time, do you find like it's your job to give them room to lay this out for everyone to see?
Well, part of the job is these are your leaders.
Sure.
What are they saying? And then my job is to push back and challenge it. For instance, I don't know if you guys knew, but on occasion, President Trump has been known, on occasion, to insult people too.
Oh my God. Breaking news.
It has you really have to follow the news closely.
Because he does it between the lines.
Yeah,
it's
so
very
it's subtle. It's subtle. The occasional bon mot.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, there's been a lot talking. We just showed a clip. He doesn't feel like preparation is that important for this meeting. Do you feel
instinct.
Do you feel like his national security advisors are panicked by this, or do you think at this point they would be shocked if he said, "Let's bone up on North Korea"?
I think that they would be shocked. I mean, he's not. He's never been a detail guy.
Yeah.
I think that the national security team there is smart and prepared. I do wonder about this initial meeting that they're going to have, where it's just Kim Jong-un and President Trump and two translators, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because usually it's not done that way, and no one really knows what's going to happen, and afterwards, no one will really know what happened.
Right. Because no one from that room can be, like, trusted, right? I mean,
in the terms of a novel, where we have four unreliable narrators.
we do have four. Now, Donald Trump doesn't, you know, it seems like in times that he's talked about our nuclear arsenal and our plan, he doesn't seem to understand the finer details of it.
No, that's right. There was that debate in 2015 when Hugh Hewitt, the conservative talk radio host, asked him about the nuclear triad. And the nuclear triad is, you know, it's having nukes from land, from sea, and from air. And it was pretty clear he had no idea what the nuclear triad is. What's amazing about this stuff that is now obviously he's in charge of it.
Right.
Is the idea that there is no, oh, I didn't know that, I need to bone up on it.
Yeah.
For instance,
there's no shame in not knowing things and boning up on.
A million things, and it always happens during any presidential race. All candidates get caught not knowing things.
Right.
But for instance, he has this thing. He just did it the other day. You know, NATO, this alliance we're in. The deal was, the commitment was, every country in NATO has agreed to spend 2% of their GDP on defense spending. Kind of a wonky thing, but that's an important thing. President Trump portrays it as, you know, they're not paying their dues. None of these other countries are paying their dues. Now, he has an argument to make about these other countries need to carry their weight more, but it's not dues. It's not a country club. It's not, you know, $200,000 are owed, and then you get the greens fees.
Exactly. They're not signing for their club sandwiches.
But I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't know if have people tried to explain. I assume people have tried to explain.
Well, the other question is, we don't, you know, we obviously have a sense of what he knows about our nuclear arsenal. Is Kim Jong-un an expert on nuclear arsenal, or is he very similar to Trump? Is it going to be two guys sitting in a room talking about?
We know so little about him.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so opaque that North Korea, there's so little that the U.S. intelligence knows about what he knows, et cetera. As you noted, he won't even let people study his stool.
Yeah, exactly. That's how.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
so. If we don't even know that, how do
Yeah.
you think? I mean,
Exactly. There must be a real story in that stool for you to bring your own toilet.
so they still have
Yeah.
porn.
Yeah, exactly. That's good to know.
I'm just thinking
Yeah, thinking out
as
loud.
an intelligence officer might.